to you all. Welcome into another edition of the Eric Zane Show. Daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports, you can find them online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Fantastic place to shop for a brand new Yamaha golf cart, custom made if you want, whatever you like. You can have it painted in any particular scheme, put any types of wheels on it that you want, gas-powered, propane-powered, up to you. You can also shop for ATVs, UTVs, side-by-sides, e-bikes, motorcycles, go-karts, scooters. They've got them all at Impact Power Sports along 14 Mile Road in Rockford, Michigan. I put my voice to the test yesterday during the Grand Rapids Griffins hockey game. As I'm walking into the arena, Sean Horkoff and Dan Cleary are walking in as well. How's your voice? I go, well, boy, it's funny you mentioned. Or he said, hey, you ready? You ready to fire him up? And I'm like, yeah, I've, and I bust out my cough drops that I eat like fucking candy. And Dan Cleary goes, I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to. It's the playoffs. You play hurt. I'm like, I know. I'm over it, I think. At least I thought at the time. So, out of 5 speeds, I can get through 4, no problem, on my throat, on my voice. You get into that 5th gear, though, and it really, I could tell that it was, there was something going on there. And minutes after I first barked something out on the mic with a little bit of intensity, I realized that I am not 100%. And so I did the game, and I was coughing up a storm after I got wound up a couple of times and said something onto the mic. Then, like today, these are all the wrappers of how many of these things I've eaten today. It's ridiculous. My teeth are going to rot out of my head. The urge to cough is intense. So I'm back to just chowing on these things. So I'm going to sound like this for the rest of this show. Now, the hockey team was an unequivocal disaster. I will say this. This hockey season, though they're in the playoffs, and they had a reasonably decent season. It started out really hot, and they really eased off the gas, it seems like. There was a lot of things that went on that may have led to that. But for one reason or another, I have never witnessed more games in a season where they just completely fell off the map. It's like they didn't even put on their skates. There's probably been 10 games where I've been like, what the fuck? And last night was one of them. I mean, this was a absolute disaster. They ended up getting bombed 4-0. It could have been 10-0. The Texas Stars are the team. One of my buddies with the hockey team had to wander into their locker room to drop something off to one of the coaches or something like that. And he came out of there, and he gets on the little radio that we have, and he says, those guys are pissed. They are really, really tightly wound and ready for business. And we're like, holy shit. So, and the Griffins, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how this works. But we just got the shit kicked out of us. By the end of the first period, it's 2-0, and everybody knew it was over. No shot. Go into the second period. Texas gets 2 more. It's 4-0. We pulled our goalie. There's nothing worse than that. That's a hard thing to do if you're the goalie and they take you out in the middle of the period. Oh, God. You know, after the first period, we gave up 2 goals. And if you're the coach, you got to say, look, if I pull you now, that's a bad look. If I pull you in the middle of the next period, that's a bad look. So, you know, one of these 2 things could happen if things break bad. Anyway, that's that. The only thing worth talking about from that game. Hold on a quick second. Hey, no, don't lick the couch. During the game, there's a guy from their team. First name R2. Last name Huru. You know, hockey players. A lot of foreign-born players. You're going to get some fucking crazy names. R2 Huru. He's sitting right next to me. He got called for a minor penalty. Stars penalty on number whatever. R2 Huru. 2 minutes for interference at 4:20. Huru. 2 minutes for interference at 4:20. Whatever. Low-hanging fruit being grabbed off the tree by Nick and Tyler by suggesting his last name would be D2. I take one look at him. He's sitting there for 2 minutes. I'm done talking. I'm done announcing the penalty. I go, R2 Huru. What is that? Now, what do you think what do you think I meant by that? And I think he knew what I was asking. But I felt like a first-class fuckface when he said my name. And all the other off-ice officials, I got the timekeeper. I got the penalty box coordinator. I got the timeout coordinator. They all go, ha, ha, yeah, he got you. And I'm like, fuck you. And dude's just looking at me, laughing in my face. I'm like, yeah, that's cute, R2. And I said, no, R2. What I meant, and I had to like re-ask it. He makes me re-ask it. And I go, no, R2. I meant was, where are you from? What is your heritage? And he goes, Finnish. And I'm like, great. And I'm thinking to myself, now was that so fucking hard? Is it really such a, I guess it would be kind of fun to make somebody feel like an asshole. I should know this. I do it all the time. That's like right in my playbook. But I'm here to say that I don't like it when people do it for me or do it to me, you know? So I would just like it to make it where, like, I can do it to you, but you can't do it to me. That's how I think it should go. But I know it doesn't work that way. Kind of little the shoe is on the other foot. It's not that fun, but I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. All right. So that's it. Now, the the Texas team, these guys are taking a fucking vacation because they're driving. They jumped on a bus after the game, and they went up to Traverse City. So they're staying in Traverse because we don't play again in Grand Rapids until Monday. So the Texas team stays in Michigan the whole goddamn week. That's pretty classic American Hockey League playoff scheduling. It's the dumbest thing in the world. So 6 days until the next game. 6 days until the Griffins try to figure this fucking thing out. That was so bad. All right. Welcome into the show. So glad you're here. Successful day of broadcast on Q100. Successful day of voice tracking on Big 101.3. The oldie station in town here. Nothing really interesting to report. Tomorrow is a Big Fraud Thursday. I'll be doing the show with Ben Glaze. 2 shows, actually. Who Are These Free Beers will commence. I have yet to even pull one clip. I will hopefully have some of that done today or tomorrow. I better. The show's tomorrow. As Ben Glaze and myself will be reviewing various moments from recent Free Beer and Hot Wings shows and talking about it. One of the things that has come up has been, I don't even know if I would have pulled it, but Ben pulled it. So we will be talking about it. So I guess this kind of is a preview of the show. Late last week, Thursday and Friday, Greg, and Ben might be here enjoying the show right now for me to talk, because I have a theory about what's going on here. And I might as well share it right now to help promote Who Are These Free Beers tomorrow on Patreon, which you can get for free, by the way, if you go to patreon.com/Eric Zane. They did a live show in Grand Rapids on Friday at, it's called GLC Live at 20 Monroe. It's a fantastic little venue where everything's kind of on top of everything. And it's a fucking great joint. Awesome room. And they're doing their live show there. Now, there's probably 2,500 seats that are there. And they damn near sold all of them. And they've always sold it out. It's fucking incredible. For one reason or another, they were like 100 tickets away from selling it out. Or I think it was 250 when they first talked about it. And they had a story arc last year, which is really cool. If you're an act that sells out the goddamn joint, the venue, one of the cinder blocks on the cinder block wall, they'll paint it white, and then they'll put your logo on it of your band or your act or whatever, and then you sign it. I'm like, holy shit, that is fucking cool. And they accomplished that last year. This year, they fell just short of it. Now, you might think that this is something that I would park on and beat the shit out of them about. But first of all, that would look pretty weird if Guy in his fucking dormer above his garage is insulting a show that's sold 2,400 of 2,500 tickets. It's pretty weak. It's an incredible accomplishment. But Greg is not happy. He's made this apparent because there's a chance they wouldn't sell it out. And my theory is he created a scenario to try to drum up people to buy more tickets, and it fell just short. From Thursday and Friday, he started talking about how he got into a discussion with one of the brass at Town Square Media, and he indicated that the person from Town Square Media said, yeah, in a year, we negotiate your contract, so bad time to not sell out a show, indicating that that would give Town Square some type of leverage in the negotiation. So Greg used that information to try to urge people to, hey, we're not going to let you get away with that. We're going to buy some tickets. And I'm here to tell you that I think 100% that did not happen. There was no, I think it was more like Greg's probably in his own head, and he doesn't want it to be where they're not selling it out, and that actually does bother him. And I could, I guess, understand it, but I don't know why you would be so worked up about that. The economy hasn't been great lately, and it's 100 tickets because when it was all said and done, I think they were less than 100 till it was sold out. So I think he was using that to motivate people to buy tickets. But he did reveal that it upsets him if they don't sell it out again. And take it from me. your harshest critic. That is nothing to be disappointed about, you fucking childish pussy. Give me a fucking break. God damn it. I mean, I understand being competitive, but that's just fucking ridiculous. Now, if next year it's 500, well, all right, maybe. But not selling 80 or 100 tickets and then losing your fucking shit about it is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I 100% believe that he concocted a fucking fairy tale in order to motivate the audience. That did not happen. There is no one from Town Square Media who would actually say something as harmful as that to such an important piece of the machinery at Town Square. As much as I bust their balls, they're still on like fucking 25 radio stations of theirs. Why would anybody from Town Square do anything but be polite and accommodating? Nobody would dare do that. So Greg's like starting this so-called war between a fictitious person and the audience. He doesn't name who it is. I'm telling you, that is a made-up scenario trying to dupe the audience. It did not happen. Alan says that's probably why he had his medical episode. He was so upset that they didn't sell out. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the medical episode. I know that he didn't talk about it yesterday. He's in a silly way, he said he got his asshole bleached. But, and I haven't heard yet about my Freedom of Information Act request. God damn it. I'm guessing that they don't want to give it up, so they hope that people like me will just lose interest over time. But I got to hear that 911 call saying whatever the fuck is wrong with the Gregster. Can you please get here and come take him away? I got a picture. I got a stalking picture, by the way, yesterday. An audience member took a picture of free beer in his Tesla at the bus stop. Let's see, where is that? This is my first free beer stalking photograph. This audience member will receive a free Eric Zane Show podcast T-shirt and a beer. I'm going to send a beer. That is the Burn King in his Tesla waiting for the kids. We have so many eyes that are on this guy right now. That's got to fucking freak him out. If I'm him, I'm like, Jesus Christ, people are watching me. So I'll say this again. If you see free beer in the wild, I would love to get a video reaction of you going up and introducing yourself and say, Eric Zane sends his regards or something like that, and then send it to me. But if you get a still photo, I can go with that too. Man Bun Chris says, why are we spying on him again? Just to fuck with him, frankly. Because people want to know what's up with free beer. He's the only guy that we care about. Rebecca says, why not? Oh, yeah. All audience now, you are on the case. We need free beer paparazzi photos. Rebecca says, why not? It's fun being an agent of chaos. Exactly. All right. For the folks that are watching the show on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much, but I'm going to kick you out. If you want the full show, you got to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Download the audio everywhere. Send an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliners Striping, they do an awesome job striping parking lots. It's that's their thing, you know? So that's eric@ericzaneshow.com. You can send an email if you want to chit-chat with your old pal, EZ. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Coming up tomorrow, a Big Fraud Thursday. Sign up for free for 7 days. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Twitch and Facebook brought